What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man, we're gonna talk a little Dillian Whyte and this delusional Dillian Whyte, or just flat out dishonest Dillian Whyte. I don't know which one it is. Talking about an offer that was made from Luis Ortiz, trying to frame the situation like Luis Ortiz is ducking him. And, you know, God, dog, if anybody's paid any halfway about it, any small amount of attention to this, just, man, Dillian Whyte needs to stop. But I'll get into that, and also I'll talk about what Dillian Whyte had to say about the Lineal Championship. The guy's absolutely a clown. Anyway, before I do that, though, I want to welcome you back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also check out the live streams we do Monday through Friday. Start time 10:45 to around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And also we'd have a special show we do on Sundays, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, OG Boxing Talk, where we talk about old school boxing, myself, Blue Blood Boxing, and KQKC. Also check out the Patreon. So let's go through what Dillian Whyte said, which is just, man, come on. Anyway, this is what he said. Talking about the fights with Luis Ortiz, he said, these guys are trying to get the same money they get to fight Joshua to fight me. You made $500,000 to fight Dillian Whyte. We offered $2 million to fight. That's Luis Ortiz. I've offered Ortiz the fight 3 times. He didn't want it. Povetkin agreed to fight me, didn't want it. What can I do? I keep trying to fight these guys. These guys know I'm a problem. Okay, let's look at that for just a second. Oh, but then he goes on and says, before I do that, he goes on and says, as far as I know, as Eddie has said, he's made some offers on social media and in the public eye. Eddie's showing offers he's made to Wilder and other guys. Listen, Eddie's a good promoter. Sometimes he's in a difficult position where he can't deliver what I want him to because he's got certain people's best interest at hand, but it is what it is. He's making offers, sending us them on the email chain and stuff, but a lot of guys don't want to fight me. I'm not going to say I'm the best boxer in the world, the strongest, the fastest, but you find it hard to find a boxer who's got more drive, more courage, more bigger heart than me, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Dillian Whyte, you're tripping. Okay, like that's what I said. I don't know whether it is Dillian is just, are you stupid, Dillian? This is sometimes you just got to look back and say, $2 million pounds, because this article that I'm reading says 2 million pounds. That's $2.6 million. You believe that Dillian Whyte, that Luis Ortiz is going to pass up $2.6 million when he got $500,000 to fight Deontay Wilder, and in a rematch he might get $1 million in a rematch with Deontay Wilder, but he's going to turn down a fight with you for $2.6 million? Do you believe this seriously, Dillian Whyte? Do you expect me to believe that? Why would he? Are you serious? He's fighting guys. Luis Ortiz is fighting other guys for $200,000. You're telling me that he would take over a fight where he's getting $200,000. He could fight you, get $2.6 million at the age of 40 years old, and he's not going to take that fight because Eddie told you and Eddie showed you some email chains. Man, get out of here. I don't believe it. You don't believe it. Nobody with common sense would believe it. And it's just, and when you say things like that, it just makes you believe that the dude is the absolute joker. But see, that's what happens when you know when a guy would sign with somebody like Eddie Hearn. You always got to think that they're suspect because you know Eddie lying left, right, front, and center. You've been on video talking about how Eddie's not telling the truth about this thing or that thing. But you're going to jump out here and try to crap on Luis Ortiz's name, claiming that you offered Luis Ortiz $2.6 million to fight you. Luis, and then he ducked you. And then besides, obviously the $2.6 million is just, get out of here. Okay? Get out of here. But to say that he's ducked you 3 times, seriously, it's a tough battle. Which is the bigger lie? That he ducked you 3 times or the $2.6 million? I'm not sure, because I know one of the times you're talking about ducking is when the WBC mandated you guys fight for an elimination fight for the second mandatory, and you didn't want to have it. And Eddie Hearn and you, I do believe, told the WBC that you take that fight if it was for the mandatory, but you're not taking it for the second mandatory. So that would mean you didn't take that fight. Not Luis Ortiz didn't take that fight. And then Deontay Wilder said that he would fight you as long as you fought Ortiz, and he would take it voluntary to do it. That could have been you instead of Tyson Fury. Or it could be you instead of Dominic Brazil, more than likely. But you wanted to go for some reason, you wanted to go the route of forcing him to fight you through a mandatory instead of going through and getting a voluntary by fighting Luis Ortiz. Just come on, man. Now, see, as far as Dillian Whyte, I mean, I know Dillian Whyte more than likely doesn't believe that himself, unless he's taking too many shots to the head. Okay, because that's just nonsense. But, you know, this is constant with this heavyweight stuff out of the UK. It's constant. And people can say, oh, you know, Deontay Wilder, dude, Deontay Wilder's only one of the 4 guys involved in all of this nonsense about who's going to fight and who's the one common denominator in all of these offers that aren't being made, these offers that were being made, who's ducking who. The one person that is consistent in all of it is Eddie Hearn. In all of the conversations between, who shot who over with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn's in the middle of it. All the who shot who stuff involved with Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte, Eddie Hearn is involved in it. All of the who shot who, the only thing that he's not involved with was the blatant duck by Tyson Fury. And that ain't who shot who. That's Tyson Fury just running out of there. But it is just, Eddie Hearn, no, I'm sorry. Also, there was a who shot who between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, and the derisory offer, according to Frank Warren. Oh, look, man, it's just getting old. It's really getting old. I don't do a lot of I'm doing fewer and fewer heavyweight videos, man. I'll talk about Deontay Wilder. I did a video about his brother, and as of this date, unsubstantiated claims that he failed a drug test. And that's as of this date, the date that I made the video. If it comes out that was the case, that was the case. But up until then, it's just rumors. Other than that, man, I'm telling you, man, I would much rather, I'm happy that the fights that are happening. And I would be living in the moment. I'm doing videos about Vasyl Lomachenko and Anthony Corrala, right? I'm doing videos about Amir Khan and Terrence Crawford, because at the very least, we know those fights are going to happen. We got videos probably going to come up later today, if not tomorrow, on Clarissa Shields and Christina Hammer. Those type of things. But listening to Dillian Whyte tell stories about, oh my goodness. Oh, and the other thing he said, I almost forgot this. He also said that there is no such, how can you be a lineal champion if you don't have a belt? Talking about Tyson Fury. Now, why I would very much love, and I actually, man, I've said this a bunch of times, I don't think the way that I would judge who the lineal champion is and how they're passed, I wouldn't say Tyson Fury is the lineal champion. Regardless, he's widely recognized by other people as a lineal champion. But to claim that there is no lineal champion, dude, you will just say anything to support your cause, man. Sometimes you got to take an L. Sometimes you got to acknowledge that you don't have a point or you don't have the high ground on a particular issue. When you say there is no lineal champion just to discredit Tyson Fury, you come off very, very, very shady. That on top of making just an absolutely ridiculous claim that nobody in their right mind would believe, which is that Luis Ortiz would pass up $2.6 million to fight Dillian Whyte. Get out of here. Anyway, it is what it is, and with that, I'm out. Peace.